Hello again, everybody. The Bearded Prepper here. I'm at a beautiful undisclosed location in the great state of Virginia. Actually at one of my buddy's property. It's going to be really cold tonight. It's going to be about 20 degrees here. We're going to camp out actually. We've got the right gear. Kind of enjoy sleeping out in the cold. But you know, I didn't come to you today to talk about my preferences. I'm here at my buddy's, we'll call him the Beardless Prepper, maybe. One of his fallback locations. It's actually in construction. Little getaway place here, fallback location for him. He's putting together. Sorry for the echo. It is a little bit echoey in this empty cabin that's still being constructed. But you can see he's got a little insulation going on. And I'm going to bring you a real life demonstration. I showed you the emergency heater with the candle. Actually, I have like a little oil lamp insert in there, disposable, with a terracotta pot. Let's see. It's currently, looks like, I'm going to say 34 degrees, 33, 34 degrees inside the cabin. It's cold here. So I'm going to light this up and get it going. I'll show you what it looks like once it's set up, and we'll give it a few minutes and see how much we can raise the temperature inside this cabin. I mean, you can see it's pretty high. It's got a loft, so I'm going to say probably 12 foot tall. This is a big space to heat. So we're going to set it up over here out of the way. We'll come back in a little while and monitor the temperature. I mean, if it's going to be 20 tonight, insulation or not inside the cabin, it's currently, right at freezing in here. So that's the downside of having really good insulation. The spray foam insulation is great. But once you get it cold inside a place like this, it just keeps it in also. So we're gonna give it a shot. I'll bring you guys an update shortly. All right, here we are, folks. I've got the little fire lit. You can see it's not much, just a tiny little flame. We're gonna cover it up with the terracotta pot. Cover that hole to minimize heat escape. And then we'll be back shortly just to check things out and check on the thermometer. All right, folks, we're back. Much to my relief that I have not burned my friend's cabin down. I wasn't sure how using the oil lamp would work. I've checked on it a couple of times just to make sure, but it seems to be holding up just fine. All the heat's coming up. The terracotta is so hot now you can't touch it. And keep your hand on it. It's been about 2 hours. And we went from, right about freezing up to 40 degrees now. So again, this is a big space. The one thing I didn't touch on earlier is just the effect of mass. All this material, all this lumber, even the foam insulation, it holds a temperature. So before you can really make a huge change on the atmosphere in an environment, you have to also warm up this material that's going to hold heat and keep it warm longer. But moving 6 or 7 degrees in a couple of hours is pretty significant, I think, for one little flame coming out of that one little oil lamp. So we'll let it go a little bit longer. We'll see if we can get up to 50. That'd be great. But even if it doesn't, these kind of little small shifts in temperature, getting it above freezing can mean the difference between freezing to death and survival. So I encourage you to practice this on your own. The more you can practice like this, the more comfortable you'll be when you get in a real situation where you actually need to do something like this to survive. So, or with the cost rising of heating oil and electricity, imagine how much money you could save if you did have access to cheap options like lamp oil, or maybe a big supply of candles, and you fix something up like this out of the way in a safe place in your home to help cut the cost of heating. So Anyway, I'll give you another update soon. God bless. Stay tuned. Okay, everybody. Here we are about 3.5 to 4 hours in. Looks like about 45 degrees. Still burning strong. You can see the flame down in there. And definitely too hot to really keep your hand on. So I can feel the heat all around it. This is a bit of a large room, but you know, if you could hang a tarp or a curtain right there and stay in that room in there, I'm sure it would probably get up to 55 or 60 degrees, maybe more. But even with 45 degrees, it'll keep you from freezing to death. So it's been, I would say, a semi-successful experiment for me. I think I would stay healthy enough with my, with winter clothes on to stay warm, even overnight, but probably not toasty. But anyway, that's a small flower pot. Imagine if you put 2 or 3 flames that big under it and had a pot maybe 4 times that big, it would give off even more heat. So, all right, everybody, here's an after video update on the homemade heater. Remember this big cabin? I was able to improve the temperature yesterday. So here we are 16 hours later. It was 20 degrees, maybe below here last night down on the river. And looks like we're still sitting at or a little bit above 40 degrees. So this cabin with the great insulation, after we warmed it up, only lost maybe 4 or 5 degrees overnight. So, it's good to know these little tips when it comes to survival. And like I said, if I had shielded off this wall and just made that little room there, that's ultimately going to be a bathroom, my bedroom, I bet I could have gotten that space probably up to at least 60 degrees with this little heater. So it's a testament to the ingenuity of just common household items used in a wise way can help you survive. Until next time, use your common sense. God bless. The Bearded Prepper signing off.